I feel like
All
our
right,
heads are
there we
sore.
are.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Having some
Shirley.
technical difficulties.
Happy Christmas.
Happy
oh my
Christmas.
God. I haven't seen you in like, what,
I know.
3 weeks?
That's why I'm like, what am I doing? You know, it's been
We're
like
back. We're
4
back.
weeks.
We're back with new decorations. Cheryl Ann is amazing at decorating.
My little,
Oh, your little polar bear.
polar bears with the Santa hat.
Yes, and we have little
courtesy of Iris.
Yeah, I don't know. We could either be elves or Clauses or distant cousins of the Clauses.
We do like to laugh. Oh, so there you go. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
had a
goodness.
good holiday. How about you?
Yeah. It just went by like that.
I am over Christmas though. I started at Thanksgiving. My tree was up.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
I had
And now
3
it's
little
down.
trees that went up like 3 days before Christmas.
Jeez. No,
I'm just so
I'm
busy.
a planner.
Well, I
have
usually
to.
am, but I took on a client during the holidays, so
That's nice though.
So
that's a very
I'm like,
cool thing to
yeah,
have
that's
happen, though.
very cool. So
It's
I'm
always
like,
good to have a real estate client. You
exactly.
know, any time of the year.
Yeah,
so.
trying to make that Christmas
That's a
present.
Merry Christmas.
present
To them.
For them.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But we didn't do our cheers yet.
Oh yeah.
We
Cheers.
got-
Oh wait,
we got little,
this is a Coffee and a Podcast.
yeah. Oh,
That's
you
Cheryl
go
Ann
turn yours
Chapman.
around and Iris Fortier.
Iris Fortier.
You know, there's nobody like. What does it say? There's nobody
but
like you. And there is nobody like you.
Nobody but you.
Oh, but you.
But
Oh,
nobody.
like her.
And
There
she
we go.
put out all these cookies, and I've already overdosed on sugar and like
As I spit out my coffee. Tea.
Oh my
Well, I
God,
can't. Here, we'll do. Maybe we can do
Wow.
better like this.
that is crazy.
This
Crazy
is compliments of my fabulous neighbor, the Mejias. And I'll be munching on them while I'm talking.
I already did, and my mouth is full of sugar. Oh, where'd you get this beautiful
Oh,
card?
yes, this is from.
And it was her birthday too.
It was my birthday, December
Yeah.
21st. Napella and
love
Kenneth, my Hawaii people, and I love it how they always draw. They always do some
I
fun.
didn't-
Yeah, see, they did a little.
Oh, sunshine and heart.
That's
oh
me.
my God.
She did little.
That's
There's
so
me.
Cute.
Little me,
How
and then
sweet
yeah,
are
the
they?
little island. Oh, they're
Oh my
amazing.
God.
They We're hopeful that we can get over there this year
so beautiful.
to Hawaii.
Oh.
Is where they're at.
Oh,
And
maybe
we'll
we
do
should,
a podcast.
Wouldn't that
for
be
them.
good?
That'd be
We're
fun.
traveling all over.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
catch us on the go.
exactly. My son and Gabby did give me like a little travel case.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a hint that we just need to do more
we need-
traveling.
that's
this
right.
coming year. So
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
you won't always see us behind a desk.
Yeah. You won't? Oh, you
no.
won't? No.
She's like, surprised. What? No.
Well, we are.
we want to take it on the road
Yeah.
and do some fun live action.
I have to tell you, I was in Vancouver, Canada, and because we live right by the border,
Yeah,
like, by
really
a couple
close.
hours, so close.
So fun.
And I went to the Christmas market there.
Oh, that would have
And
been
that
so
was
much
really
fun.
I think it's more fun than it is an actual. We never really find too much to buy, but we have such a good time eating all the food. And it was my first time taking Ubers from Cole Harbor downtown over to Granville Island, one of our favorite places, and have dinner. And Ubers there are so much more affordable than they are here in the Seattle area.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was so surprised. So it was easy to be generous with a big tip because it was Christmas Eve. Or no, it wasn't Christmas Eve. It was a couple days before. But it was easy because they're so affordable. You're like, yes, let me just pay it all to you.
I'm just giving you money.
Yeah,
money.
give you money. But but that was fun. It's always festive.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it wasn't as it was crowded.
Was
but
it really
not as
decorated
crowded.
with
Yeah.
Christmas over
It
there?
was really beautiful.
I've never been over to
But
Canada in the holiday.
It was pouring rain here.
Oh yeah.
We are not. If we get a winter, it's going to be a late winter here, which is kind of a drag.
Yeah. I honestly thought we would have snow by now.
Well, up in the mountains, yeah. 'cause
Sure.
My
Yeah.
husband's going to go
Sorry, gonna
snowboarding.
have a little bit of
But,
burger.
Oh yeah, have that sugar. I had so much. So anyway, we had a delightful Christmas. I got which we're going to talk about in the micro mini-sode right after this. What episode are we on? Hold on. Let me just.
It's been a while, folks.
We are.
And she's rocking this really sparkly
We are
skirt.
on episode. Oh my God! If you could see this little cute outfit,
Like, wow.
it is so cute.
That's super cute.
And we're on episode 32. So we'll talk more about this. My daughter gave
and
me
your beautiful necklace you gave me too.
it's our matching birthday flowers, which I don't know what they are. I have to look it up.
Oh, so
and
beautiful.
This,
that was so thoughtful.
Beautiful Wikipedia shirt, which we're going to go over in the mini-sode.
In the mini-sode, yeah.
Because we
They're
donate
important. See,
to them.
Wikipedia.
And then this is Nadala, my bracelet. She's a lioness from Africa, and you can track her. And she's a mom. And I was like, why didn't I get a boy lion? Because, you know, they're all... but I got a girl, and I adapted right away. I was like, okay, I got a girl.
Oh, but you're cute.
But yeah,
so
and my
pretty.
daughter has a pink one.
Oh.
And you can... her little pink one is all over. Like, it shows them on a map where they
travel around
where
to?
they travel around
Oh,
to.
how tracked yours?
And her, she tracked mine.
Oh,
She's
that's
in
so cool.
mid-Africa somewhere, like raising her
Babies?
yeah. And
Wow.
but Piper's little penguin is like a
she has a penguin?
renegade. Yeah, she got a penguin
that's why.
like
Penguin.
this.
Oh, okay.
And so these are cool gifts to give people
yeah.
because they, you know, it's just fun. It's fun, like, and it supports wildlife.
I want to track a lion.
Yeah, do you want
Or a giraffe.
or do you want a giraffe or an
I don't know.
elephant?
Oh,
Or-
a little meerkat. I like little meerkats.
Oh my god, I don't know if they have meerkats.
No.
That would be so cute though. You are a meerkat. They are
They're
cute.
so
Meerkats
cute.
are cute.
Oh, that's because it's from the Lion King.
Oh, okay. Are we getting sentimental here from the Lion King? I haven't. There's a new one coming out, right?
Yeah, I was supposed
Or
to go
is
see
there?
it, but I've been too busy. It's just,
It's a kid.
it's
movie,
talking
but
about
we love kid movies.
Mufasa.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go see.
I'm going to
it.
go see it.
I'll go see it.
I just sometimes get frustrated because they,
Yeah.
I like to see them. So sorry, people. It's so rude.
No,
I would like to see them put new stuff out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like
rehashing.
rehashing.
Oh, is that
There
what
we
they're
go.
doing now?
So now it's a story on Mufasa, which I'm going to go see it because Lion King's my favorite.
Yeah.
And I also, you probably think it's weird.
No.
I love Quasimodo from
I don't
the
know
Notre Dame.
anything about
The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, we'll have to delve into that one day because I know nothing about that. Was that based on a true story or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think this is a topic for her.
Oh, I could do all sorts of Disney
Yeah.
stuff. I would
Yeah.
love to do those.
Oh, that's right. She worked at Disney, didn't you, for a while? Yeah. Look at her little.
I know, my little. Yeah, I only left Disney because when the switch of management, you know, the switch of the top brass changed.
Yeah.
I'm all for change. You have to have change because you
Yeah.
can't stay stagnant. You need to learn and grow and all that.
Sure.
But it's got to be the right change and the
Yeah.
positive change. And they had it to where you used to be able to go in the store and get anything from adults, collectibles, kids, movies, whatever.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh no, let's make a Disney princess store. Let's make an adult store. Let's make a toys. You know, as a parent, you don't want to be running all different stores. You want a one-shop stop.
Sure.
And then they started taking all the animation pieces out. They just, they
And then I imagine they got PC because everybody got PC on so much that
they just took all the pixie dust out of it. And so I told them I couldn't work there anymore if my heart wasn't, I didn't want to taint my love for,
good for
Disney.
you.
So,
Good
and the
for
funny thing
you.
is, then all my upper managers, they all left because they're like, give us a month. Just give us a month. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, month's over. And then I left. My district manager left.
Yeah.
My regional left.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we still love Disney.
But
and
that's
support
why,
it.
because
Yeah.
I
But
remember.
we still love and support Disney.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. I love Disney. I
Yeah.
didn't mean it's just, it's just my personal.
Yeah.
Just my personal.
Yeah.
But I grew up with Disney, and I
did
love
too.
Tinkerbell as I have Jiminy Cricket and Tinkerbell are my yin and yang. So Tinkerbell, she likes to spread the pixie dust.
Yes.
Got a big bum.
Yeah.
She gets a little saucy because I can get a little saucy. And then my
Yeah.
Jiminy Cricket is
She's
let your
so-
conscience be your guide to do the right thing. So
Right.
those are my little yin and yang.
I love that. Your little sounds.
Yeah. So
Everyone needs that. So
yeah, but
anyway, Christmas. We've had a really. I missed you first off. I haven't seen you in like
3 or 4 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah.
But I was sick.
We had
And
a sabbatical.
then I was busy with clients.
And I had classes, all sorts of
Yeah.
educational things for my massage license that I maintain.
But
even though I'm part-time, but I still maintain it, and it's good. I enjoy it. But I love this.
No, this is my job. I forgot to post stuff saying that, hey, we were, because, I was talking to Judy. So one of my friends called me yesterday, checking in.
Yeah.
She's like, you haven't posted in a couple weeks. What's going on? And I'm like, really? You've noticed? And she goes, yes, I have. And she goes, I stalk you from the silence. And I'm like,
I love that.
So I was really excited. So
more episodes out and
and
we're coming up with a card. Sherilyn's working on it diligently.
We're working together
with a friend of ours. And but I'm not
creative. We're going to tweak our...
My expertise lies in other areas. I'm not creative that way. But this is Sherilyn's forte.
Well, we're going to tweak our logo a little bit because what I was able to do on...
we won't go into all
that. But anyway, so I've got someone... She's got someone. We're going to get that together so that we can get moving and cracking. And, all right. So, do you know... Do you guys know this face?
No.
Do you know that face?
No. Who is he?
Gene Simmons.
Yeah. Oh, from
And you probably don't recognize them because what is he missing?
Oh my God.
He's missing all of his
makeup. He's missing his his makeup.
He was born August 25th in 1949. So he's what, 75? Something like that. So so if you saw him on the street, you might not recognize him. I'm just going to go through the photos first because you know I love photos.
Yes.
And this is an old photo. This was from, I want to say it was 1983 when she was doing a movie. It's his wife.
Whom I've met, and she's lovely.
And it is
Shannon.
Tweed. I want to call her Sharon for some reason. Shannon.
Yeah, I met her when I lived in LA. She was very nice.
Very beautiful. March 10th of 1957.
For like a second.
So
I met her for a second.
That's so cool though that you met her.
Yeah, I met a lot of people.
Yeah, this one was, she was doing the movie Hot Dog in 1989. 1983.
I love the sound of that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I want a hot dog now. I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast. Oh, 1983. Well, I had a granola bar, but protein sounds good. Yeah. This is an older picture of their son, Nick. It was January 22nd in 89. He's 35 years old.
He looks just like his mom and dad.
Yeah,
he looks
very handsome man.
Yeah.
And then they had a daughter.
Oh my God.
Her name is Sophie.
She's beautiful.
July 7th, 1992. So she's 32. So beautiful children.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
this Simmons, Rocknroll.
You know what I love about makeup?
Yeah. What's that?
Is that this picture was taken in 2023, but you wouldn't, you don't really click it. You wouldn't have guessed it because the makeup.
Wow.
So this is like when they're playing out, and that's one of
my husband's good friend loves Kiss. So I think he goes to see.
I'm on a rock and roll all night and party every day. Anyway, I know. So I grew up with Kiss.
We're here to do Gene Simmons.
So we're doing Gene Simmons. So
you are.
I am. I'm gonna bounce around.
I'm gonna enjoy.
Well, you're like why Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
Well, why not Gene Simmons? So they were one of the most influential bands in their time. So they've sold anywhere between 75 million and 100 million copies.
Wow.
Of their album. So they were and then all four members are in the Hall of Fame.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
So they most of their hits obviously were in the U.S. But so I thought that was very, very cool. So they have like 20 studio albums, like 13 what were the albums?
It's funny because
and then like 60 singles.
Yeah, I can only identify like if you sing me the top hits, so
Oh yeah.
With any band.
Yeah.
Give me the top hits.
Yeah, my brothers used to rock out all the time with them, so I just, was there. And then there's, like we talked about with all people, whether they be artists, non-artists.
Mother Teresa.
There's Mother Teresa.
Everyone.
There's controversy in every person.
Absolutely.
We are all not perfect. So some of you might go, whoa, well, why him?
We don't.
We don't go there. We don't go there because everybody either
has something in their closet.
Exactly, or they have something positive.
But we're here to emphasize the positive.
Exactly. So he had a very poor childhood. So his real name is not Gene Simmons.
It's not?
No,
What
that's
is
his
it?
stage name.
Okay.
Is it Shimon
Shame Witz.
Witz?
Shame.
So he was born in Israel.
Shame Witz.
In Haifa, Israel.
Yeah. Wow.
To Jewish refugees from
Wow.
Hungary. So his mom was Florence, so they called her Flora
I
Klein.
like that, Florence.
And she actually lived a long time. She lived in age of 93. So she passed away in 2018.
Wow.
So she lived a long life. He loved his mom.
Oh.
It was his mentor. And I'll explain why he was just so wanting to make sure. I'm sure that he took really good care of her because of the way things were in the early life for them.
When did he arrive?
So
okay.
In 58, like when he was 8 years old, he came into the United States. So one thing I want to talk about is, so his mom and her brother were the only survivors in their entire family from the Holocaust.
God.
Yeah, So right there, you can imagine.
Yeah, that's so dramatic.
Yeah.
That's very...
So she later, obviously after she grows up and whatnot, she falls in love with Gene Simmons' father.
Okay.
And it's they call him Fury. These names I cannot pronounce. So forgive me.
Let me see.
It's Fernick, but they call him Fury. Yahil. Witz. Yeah.
Yahil.
Yeah.
Fernick.
Yeah.
Yahil. Wait.
I should have talked to her before I got on the speaker.
That's okay. We're gonna butcher these things anyway.
He passed
Feel
away.
Free to correct us.
Passed away in 2002. But he was a carpenter.
Yeah.
And his mom and him were married in 1946.
Okay.
And the couple moved to Israel the following year. And so he spent his childhood practicing Jewish, in their household. So
wait, where was Gene born at?
He was born at Haifa, Israel.
Okay, so he was born there.
Yeah, and then they moved to, it just says moved to Israel, but he was born there. That's all it says. They were refugees from Hungary.
Oh, refugees from Hungary.
Yeah.
But I wonder, it's weird how they don't say he was born in Hungary, where his parents were refugees in Hungary.
Correct.
And then he was born in,
Correct.
Got it.
So then he spent his, it says his early childhood in Tarat, Carmel, and he was raised practicing Jewish household. He says his family was very dirt poor. I mean, they just super dirt, scrapping by on ration bread and milk.
Yeah.
So very, very humble. So at the age of 7, he began to pick wild fruit and sell on the roadsides to get some money with another friend. So at the age of 8 is when he and his mother immigrated to the United States because his parents got divorced. So shortly after he was born, they were divorced. The sad thing is he never saw his father again. His father went back to, where'd he go? He went to, because I thought I had it right here.
He just went to where?
Yeah, he went back to a different country.
How many children did they have?
The dad?
Yeah.
He ended up having 3 girls and 2 boys.
With another person. After he left his mom and Gene? Mm-hmm. So he only had 1 child with Gene's mom. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So, shortly after.
Wow.
So,
That's
which is
sad.
really, really sad.
Really sad. But no judgment.
Oh, he remained in Israel. I thought he went somewhere else because there's another reference. So he remained in Israel, and then he ended up having 3 daughters and a son, or 2. I thought it was 2 sons. Sorry, 1 son. So can you imagine never seeing your father again? You never contacted him, nothing. So, but maybe he had to do what he had to do. No judgment,
Yeah, no judgment.
He had to break it and do what he had to do. Right. So he changed his name to Gene Klein. So adopting his mother's maiden name.
Okay.
When he was 9, he briefly attended Jewish religious school. before transferring into public school. And then he graduated from high school and then later attended a community college in New York and in Richmond, and the Richmond College in Staten Island, which is very cool.
Very cool. Wait, what was Gene's birth name again?
His birth name up here is Chanamwitz.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Totally forgot that.
No,
already.
that's okay. It's not. It doesn't roll off the tongue very easy.
Not for us. It doesn't.
I'll explain why he changed his name.
Okay.
So he began his musical career, working various jobs in the city. The cool thing I thought that a proficient typist.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
Dexterity.
Yeah. He served as an assistant to the editor of Vogue.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. He spent 6 months as a 6th grade instructor. That's kind of interesting.
Educator.
Yeah. So very, very fluent. So they say that when they were back in what's that? Yeah, because he was 8. They were back still in Israel, and the mom had taken a job. This was after they had, because they were only together, like I want to say just a couple of years. His father.
Right.
So she took a job in this little local coffee shop, and so she needed someone to be babysitting him. So the babysitters, because he knows. He knows all these different languages. He knows Hebrew.
He speaks Hebrew. Hebrew.
He speaks. Why did I not do that?
That's okay.
He speaks 7 different languages.
Wow.
And so the reason why he learned all those because he had all these different babysitters, and that's how he became proficient in the different languages. Isn't that cool?
It's very cool. I wish I would have.
I mean, that's when you want to
linguistic.
Oh, exactly.
I would have been stoked.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Very cool.
I'd like to speak all those different languages.
I'm so jealous.
I know. So, so the Beatles were a huge influence on him, and he used to love watching them. And he's like, "Look at all those girls. They're just And he's like, I want to do that. I want the girls to over me, And so he's like, maybe I can put a band together,
That's good.
So, but going back, he just was at all of them. So it totally kicked his inspiration for music and the whole bit. But he chose a stage name tribute of rockabilly singer Jumpin' Gene Simmons, which I've never listened to him.
Me
so
neither. I'd like to give that a listen.
And then also Gene, the actress Gene Simmons. He used the title of her 1946 film Great Expectations for the song in the 1976 album Destroyer. I remember that. So very cool, huh?
Very
cool.
So
he's like, okay, I'm gonna be like those guys. I'm gonna be like, like the Beatles. I want all the women to go, right?
That is
And
awesome.
so he decided, well, if I'm gonna do that, I gotta learn to play guitar.
Right.
So he gets a guitar, he starts playing the whole bit. So I don't want to go through all of this part because he's like, he starts with the band, his first band is Lennox, and then they rename it to the Missing Links, and he's like 15, and he goes like not any, but a lot of the artists will jump from band to band, change the names, and that's kind of what they did. Finding their groove, finding their people.
They're young.
So they have a lot of different people. I mean, even I thought this was cute. The band morphed into it had first it was like Long Island Sound, and then it went to the Love Bug. They called it the Love Bug.
That's so funny.
It became Bullfrog Bear. Then they also had another name of Wicked Lester, which is where more people would know Listed Lester.
Wicked Lester.
So they go through all these different names, all these different people. They go to the traditional people that you know of, like Peter Criss, Ace Frehley, and those are stage names for them, right? So I get confused if you start talking to them about their real names. I'll be like, who? What? Just tell me, was it Peter? Was it Ace? Yeah, then I know who you're talking about.
That's right.
So it's kind of funny, Paul Stanley. Yeah. So Paul Stanley was like the front man, and then Gene Simmons actually is wickedly smart. So he took care of when they did become the band.
Yeah.
he took over like all the merchandising, all of that side. So he took care of all the business side, while Paul Stanley was like the front man and like the poster child of the band,
right?
Which was amazing.
Did they always dress up like?
They did at the beginning until like the 80s, and then they took that off because the band was kind of waiting. You know, trends come and go.
Right.
So then they went that way, but then they started back up again with, because that's what they're known for.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And it's kind of cool. You can hide yourself behind a persona.
Yeah.
And then so when you go out, you know, like here he is. This is from 2023. He was playing. They're not doing anything now. But here you go from that to this, and most people wouldn't put the connection between the two,
except for he's so famous.
But now, of course, anybody seeing him walking around, they're gonna go, oh my gosh, Gene Simmons, yes, Kiss. So then like even they had created a band called Coffee, which I thought was cute.
Oh, cute.
Like Coffee and a Podcast. So and one really cool thing is, as he's getting into doing his thing with the band Kiss and going through the ups and the downs, he also is the starting point. What's the word? I'm looking for a better word. You know the band Van Halen, right? Mm-hmm. Well, he is instrumental, in getting them on the map. Yeah. Because he was the one that pushed all their tapes out there, got them connected with their manager and all of that, and got them going. So that's why I bring him up, because the people behind the scenes are so important of pushing. It's like, wow, these guys are incredible.
They really
we've got to get them out there. I want to support them, which I think is so not selfish. You know what I mean? Because here they're different music than what Van Halen was, right?
Well, you should share.
And well, some people are like, oh, I don't want them to be competition.
Oh,
which
no.
you want competition.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and you want to be in people's lives and inspiring them and getting them to grow and the whole bit. So I thought that was really cool.
Very cool detail.
That's why I'm like, I just want to let people know that little fun fact.
Tidbit.
Yeah,
I like that.
So they go through all of that. So then they finally become Kiss, after going through, I want to count, it was like 12 different names. What?
Oh my God.
There's a lot of different names. So the most common one, if you guys look up, would be Wicked Lester. And that's why they have it. I know, it's really cool.
It's a good band.
But like all bands, they don't all get along. They don't all understand. So, it's hard. I mean, we've seen it, in Creedence. Yeah. We've seen it in a lot of different bands. Yeah.
Which is
it's hard. Bad. It is really hard. So, people will be ousted out of the band, or they'll leave on their own. So all the, the original, the other, guys of the band besides Gene Simmons, would end up being replaced with other people. They all were inducted into, like I said, the Hall of Fame because of their contribution. They're like number 9 in the like, if you ranked like the most prolific, selling, they were, because they were so intense. Yeah. And then you've got Gene Simmons, that he had the long tongue, but he also did the projecting of the fire. He's actually in the world's record. What year was that? Of having the longest flame. Yeah, that all scares me. I'm like,
does
what?
Me too.
Not me. So,
I want to get throat cancer.
2 records, the Genesis World Records for the highest flame.
Genesis.
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 I would say Genesis. I would say Genesis.
It's Genesis.
Genesis. I think I need to go back to school, people. For the highest flame projection in music concert.
Genesis.
So they did their goodbye concert in 2020, but they've done other little performances like you saw.
That's
but
so cool.
Isn't that cool? So
very cool.
They just wanted a different persona. Yeah. They a lot of people, maybe demonistic things like that, but
They were just rock and roll.
They're just rock and roll. They wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
They have like a little picture.
And they did.
Of what his, it's on one of these where he was, you know, they were drawing their little things to see how they would look, and each bandmate obviously had a different look that they wanted to have, but they just wanted to have fun. So they were known for their
costume.
Their and everybody has a Liberace.
Yeah,
everybody has a costume. Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I mean, even Taylor Swift changes how many times during her performance.
Yeah.
So that's what they stuck with. That was them. And so
it's very cool.
Yeah. So they just
theatrical.
Very theatrical. So he said their wing design from the comic book character Black Bolt. So he took stuff from that. They came up with their creations and went from there.
Very cool.
So he's also a part you might not have known. He's a known advocate of the Child Fund International's work. So he has traveled to Zambia, and he also had a reality show. I never watched it. I guess I didn't realize he had a reality show. I was doing my own reality during that time.
That's right.
So I kept doing my own reality. It was the Gene Simmons Family Jewels show to visit several of the sponsored children. So, of whom he has more than 140 that he has sponsored.
Oh, that's really beautiful.
And
that's really nice.
He said that the trip is a stark reminder of what life doesn't treat everybody the same.
No.
And so he's a strong advocate of that. So he's actually he received the MEND Humanitarian Award for his prolific efforts and support for Mending Kids International at an annual gala, and that was in 2013. And then the award was presented by Mel Gibson. So it's very, very cool. I mean, so he comes from humble beginnings, and that's where he, is barely getting anything.
It's good that he gives back. That's wonderful. That's what he'll be remembered for, is his band, his legacy Kiss, but also for the people that he touched their lives.
Exactly. It enabled him to do that. So
yeah, exactly.
That's why I thought it was, really important to bring him up, and that he, even if there is controversy, he still is out there doing good things.
Yeah.
He is an advocate for public safety, and especially during the coronavirus. That's just the tarp. Don't freak out. We have strong winds, and we've got a tarp out there, and so when it flutters, sometimes really.
She had trees come down on her house, and I thought thought a tree was coming for us.
No, that would be horrible. So he was,
and you would have caught it with us.
Yeah, it would be live. Hopefully we would be live. So so those things are very cool that he's cool. That. He, he's had a lot of recognitions. He's been in movies. Wasn't going to go really much into that. What I thought was really, really cool was that, he came from humble beginnings. And here he creates this legacy of a band. And helps others along the way.
Yes.
And the biggest thing he said, and I know I told you, and I'm thinking I've already said this, he didn't drink. He calls himself the outcast of rock and roll because he didn't drink. He didn't do drugs. He didn't want, I'm trying to think of how to say this. He didn't want to do anything like that to put extra stress and, is that the right word, extra stress? To his mom. His mom had lived such a hard life that he's like, I'm going to be as good as I can. Like I said, no one's perfect, but I don't want to do drinking. I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to get into that stuff. I don't want to become addicted, have all that pain of seeing me go the other way. You've had too much stress and too much strife. I want to be as good as I can be and make you proud of me. So his mom was his idol, his mentor. It's cool that she lived to 93.
That's old.
That's an amazing life.
I'd be blown away if I lived to 93.
Yeah, I should have snapped a picture of her. That would have been great to see what she looked like. But
Wow. He's got some longevity genes.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
So that's pretty much, I could have done a deeper dive, but what I thought was really cool is that he was there helping other bands. He helped Van Halen. He's helping children in Zambia. He's dabbled in so many different things, received so many different awards. He's going to go down as a legacy, you know, with his band. And then I hope he's going to be remembered more for all of his good doings in different countries.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really cool that you met him. I met her, his wife.
Yeah, not him. I didn't meet him. I met her. She's really nice.
That's really cool.
She's very nice.
And then all the children are in like either singing or different things like that I have to do in the industry. And so that's really cool.
That's a tough industry too. It's
a doggy dog.
Oh, it really is. Yeah. I don't miss it at all.
No, because you were,
I worked in the industry.
She worked in the
industry,
industry,
and
so
I don't miss it at all.
No,
I don't. So
I can't imagine.
And you know, good on them for, you know, keeping their sanity and their values, because it's hard to do. You know?
It's hard to do. I mean, and it's, you know,
and everyone wants a piece of you.
Exactly.
And to use you and to, you know, it's amazing that he kept himself where he needed to be. Steady goes the course.
Exactly. And then they changed up the course later, and then they went out as themselves. They took all their makeup off.
Yeah.
And then so cool. They went back to concerts, putting the makeup back on. I mean,
Scott's friend, my husband's friend, loves them. Loves that band Kiss. We've gotten him Kiss stuff, you know, memorabilia and stuff.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
They were a huge part of my life.
Were they?
Oh yeah, mine
was Aerosmith.
We had Aerosmith. We had Kiss. We had the Moody Blues.
Yeah.
We had
I had Rush.
Rush, we had Rush.
Yeah.
My, you know, Deep Purple. I have to thank my brothers because
you had brothers.
Yeah,
and they were my brothers around, so I didn't get.
We had so much great, varied music. It was great, and my mom loved music.
Oh, that's
and so my mom loved jazz and operetta. I think my love I know my love for music comes from my mom.
That's so
because she would listen to my mom loved Ozzy Osbourne.
Whoa.
You know, and she loved Michael Jackson.
Who
for
did
the
that
person
song,
that
Oh yeah, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, just because he, you know, she obviously passed away before everything else, but because he's so creative, and came up with these tones. He was so talented when he was
so much talent out there.
So much talent out there.
Oh my God! And which leads me to tell you, there's so much new talent out there. I've got to start jotting down the names of these new up-and-coming artists. They're like 22. There's so many of them that are 22 or 27.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
And I'm just like, whoa, blow me away.
Right.
Like the sounds coming out, the intention, just the whole vibe, just so.
Well, it's funny you say that because Kiss is not known for they're not perfect players. They're not like a Van Halen or They're not known for that. They're just your average band that way. Mm-hmm. It's their performance and how they sucked in the audience.
Yeah.
And their music. They're writing their music. That's what they're known for.
Yeah.
But if you were saying that, everybody like the drummer, the guitarist, they're all no, they're not. They're just average talent, but
they're entertainers.
Together, they're extraordinary entertainment. Yeah. So thank you for bringing that up. So there's
very cool.
See, and that's the only thing I was like bummed when we went through some music where it's like it's still you have to have a lot of talent to do like the mixing and knowing when these different things come in that are pre-done. Like you're not playing the piano, but you're putting in the piano.
Right.
I was only disappointed but that's only because I was raised on raw. You know what I mean? The real playing that, right?
Interesting.
So
that's cool.
I was just like, I kind of felt like cheated when they just like you hear a song and it's all done,
right?
You know,
pre-mixed.
Pre-mixed, but that's a talent in itself that
it really is.
To mix all that stuff.
What was the quote you had?
I have a quote. Yeah, he had a couple. The one I thought was really deep was. Gotta put the glasses back on, people. Sorry. So it's hard to see your destination when you're focused on the cracks in the sidewalk. So what I hear from that is like, get your head up, look at the world.
In other words, don't emphasize on the bad. Look at the good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That too. The other ones they're so tiny.
I love it.
I know. Well, you should see the print. Look at people. The print is very, very small.
Oh my God, it's so small. Oh my God, it really is. I didn't even see it was printed so small.
Yeah, it's very small.
Let me put my glasses on. Here, I can see that. Yeah, that's really small.
So it's when you're, it's super small. When you're busy doing your own stuff, it's like running a race. You try not to look over your shoulder to see who else is in the race. You just do the best you can.
That's right.
So
focus on what you're there.
That one I definitely was not enough.
Good job, Gene Simmons.
Yeah, I said the death of rock and roll was not a natural death. Rock did not die of old age. It was murdered. And so he has this thing where he, like what I just said. So
rock and roll's alive.
It's alive, but he kind of felt that it's not like the old days, you know.
I think if you look close enough, like if you go out, like my husband sees a lot of rock bands, like a ton.
Oh, sure. And that's just his viewpoint.
And,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I just.
Alive.
Yeah, rock and roll.
It's alive.
It's alive.
Wait, what's their level?
I think he does I don't know, the symbols. Yeah, that's anger. I don't know. I'm so not with it. Can you tell I've aged
Anyway, Gene Simmons.
But yeah, so it's just very cool because it's so cool to know that they've had so many gold records. What, Gene?
No, I was saying Gene, the story of Gene Simmons just took us through Christmas.
Yeah, it was so great to know. And I don't think I can remember or even pronounce his name again. Well, Witz, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's spelled Chaim.
Chisholm? Not Chisholm.
Chim. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know. I'm just glad you're Gene. Je ne sais pas. I'm just so glad that you changed your name, Gene.
We have to learn how to say it.
Yeah, but that... Shame?
Yeah,
I don't know, because every culture is different how
it's really nice to see I'm happy and that, you know.
It is having such a rough upbringing and mom being a single parent. Right. And
well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so that's not a deep dive. It's just that's a wrap. Just a light dusting on Gene Simmons.
And if you want to give us any corrections, you could email us at coffeeandapodcast 3, the number 3.
Yep.
At gmail.com.
Yep.
Yeah. Somehow we got that number 3 attached to our name. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's the only way we could create it. Sorry.
Gmail.
But
yeah. So
I guess it's the 3 of us. Iris, me, and Alex. Our silent producer. So maybe that's where it was. It couldn't put number 1, Coffee Podcast 1.
Right?
Right.
Or even 2. But it's 3.
3. But that is one of my favorite numbers.
Is it?
Yeah.
The number 3?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just is cute.
Well, that's
curvy,
good then.
Kind of like me. You know? I don't know.
Me too.
I just have always liked that number.
That's nice.
It's odd.
Yes.
And
I'm odd. Yeah, we're both odd.
I don't know. And that's actually in balance. Now that I think of it, maybe that's why. So when you're doing things, it's 3s, 5s, 9s. It's all in. Yeah. So maybe I just picked that, not knowing when I was younger.
In the universe.
Exactly. It just came out.
Thank you so much for listening. We're so stoked to present new people every time we come on.
Yeah.
It's fun to learn about these people. And what was your resources today? Was it all Wikipedia?
I so apologize. It was Wikipedia. Yeah, Wikipedia.
Okay. It's so fun to do these stories and to listen to the people and
oh, look at the little squirrel.
And we have, oh my God, it's so cute.
Isn't he adorable? Good thing Leia's not out here.
Okay.
She'd be going crazy. Oh, he's posing for you. Look at that.
He's so cute.
That was so cute. He's just standing there posing. Hey.
He wants to be on the podcast.
Yes. Anyway. And the ones in Canada are black. They're so cute.
In certain parts.
Stanley Parker, remember, they're just all running around like little black cats.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
And we're going to do
squirreled.
our
Get it? I squirreled.
She definitely squirreled.
We're going to, so.
Thank you for listening.
Hope you guys had a great holiday. We're looking forward to the new year.
And this is probably going to come out in March
I know.
Point.
It's okay.
We're trying to catch up.
we're gonna get into a point where like we're right on point with what's going on.
Because by the time you listen to this, it's gonna be spring. You're gonna be like, what?
What?
Why are they dressed up for
Dressed up? She's dressed up for New Year. It's so cute.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we'll get to hear more about the shirt here and the mini-sode.
Yep.
So
okay.
Ciao for now.
Stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.